On episode 6 of the Bits and Bytes podcast, is Atari getting back into the console business? And we have a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 news to unload. This is your Bits and Bytes podcast. What's up, interwebs? I'm Jeff Shelley, and this is episode 6 of the Bits and Bytes podcast. So I've been playing two things this week. Been playing the Splatfest. That was last Saturday for about 3 hours or so. Sunk in a good time, got a good few matches in. I was a little thrown off at first because they had where you could start in the Splatfest and go into the social area where it was the city. But the Splatfest wasn't quite going on yet, so you were sort of in like a limbo state where you could like walk in the shops, you could draw and send the messages and whatnot, but you couldn't really do anything. Like you had no currency or anything to unlock any upgrades or costumes or whatnot. So I was a little thrown off there, and then I checked because I got in a little earlier than when the Splatfest was supposed to start at 6 o'clock straight up, and I came in I think at like 5:45. So believe it or not, like 6 o'clock came rolling around, and boom, Splatfest started right up. Really loved. This is my first time playing Splatoon. I really loved the introductions. Really thought it was cool. The little back and forth they had going between the two different squid people. Sorry, I don't know their names. But yeah, really thought the whole setup of it was cool. Like it turned into like almost like a rave with all these squid people jumping up and down. Like I went and did Team Cake. So I think I was green, or no, I was pink. So I was Team Cake was pink, and Ice Cream was green. So I was Team Cake. And so had a little trouble my first few matches getting in. I don't know if that was just maybe basic time for the servers to warm up or not. But after, I think it was 4 attempts, after 4 attempts I was able to get into a match, and really cool. Really digging Splatoon 2. Really loved it. I basically only got to try out a few weapons. Majority of my time was spent with the Splat Dualies, which is like these dual-wielding pistol paintball guns. But from what I played, it was only of Turf War and everything. So you're basically, what Turf War is each team's trying to paint the most amount of territory. If you never played. So there's one team working their way from the other end of the field, and then your team's working your way from your end, and you're basically painting as much of the field as you can. And then whatever team at the end of that time limit has the most painted is the winner. So we won the first game. The second the two after that were a little rough, but then came back in the fourth game and picked that one up. But I loved what I played of it. Just very really enjoyable. The controls, like when you first started out, motion controls are turned on for basic aiming. Not too big of a fan of motion controls. I could see where some people would like that, but like I'm not one to hold still like this. Like I'm constantly moving back and forth. So for the motion controls, didn't quite work for me. But they have it easy enough in the settings where you can turn those off and go with more of a traditional like joystick for the fine aiming and everything. So once I did that, I was pretty much set. But yeah, loved it. Plan on picking up Splatoon 2 when it comes out this Friday. Splatoon 2 will come out. But definitely plan on picking it up. Really enjoyed it. Loved my time with it. Thought it was really good. So the second game I've been playing. So if you were watching on our Twitch channel, you'll know we covered the D23 conference live. Did a look live. They had revealed three games, basically. They had a 4th VR game, which looks pretty cool, too. But they did Star Wars Battlefront 2. They did Insomniac Spider-Man. And they did, the big reveal, for me at least, was Kingdom Hearts 3. We'll get into Star Wars Battlefront 2. Really liked. Seems they're going really heavy into the single-player campaign. Even John Boyega was there. They made a big joke of him, like, tweeting out last year about the lack of a single-player campaign in the original Star Wars Battlefront. So that was really cool to see him there. I am really excited for Star Wars Battlefront. Insomniac Spider-Man, a little underwhelmed with what they had to show, which wasn't much. Basically what we got was a recut of the same gameplay trailer we saw at E3, but with like little interstitials of interviews with the developer and stuff. And then they had basically released 3 concept art pieces. One was of the Kingpin, one was of Peter Parker's apartment, and I'm not quite sure what the other one is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But basically, that's all they had to add for that. But then they had some big Kingdom Hearts news. I'm not going to get into that now. We're going to get into that in our news stories. But basically, after that conference, I was like so amped up for Kingdom Hearts 3 that I was like, I'm just going to start playing through the original and like try to work my way through all these titles in time for when Kingdom Hearts 3 releases. That way, then I know the story, because I haven't played these titles since they first released back on PlayStation 2. So basically, I jumped into Kingdom Hearts 1. Been slowly playing that. If you follow me on Twitch TV, BytsnBites, I'll be playing Kingdom Hearts probably for the next year, probably, off and on. So right now I'm up to Halloween Town in Kingdom Hearts 1. So I've been trucking pretty good because I've only played for like 2 days and put in a good, I think I'm about 12 hours in right now. My favorite world that I play, I always like Aladdin because that was like one of my favorite Disney animated movies. My least favorite is Little Mermaid. My main complaints with Little Mermaid is from like a gameplay perspective, that you put in your ability points for these combat abilities, and they don't really transfer over at all in the Little Mermaid world. Plus, you have to worry about your elevation and how high or low you are when you're attacking them. It just was very clunky and very hard to hit. Like, other than that, like the Little Mermaid world has the great music and everything from the movie, great voice acting and stuff. All the main characters and stuff sound like they should sound. But that one's probably my least favorite because of that. If I think about it, I think they fixed that in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because with Kingdom Hearts 2, it's less about battling, and I think more like a rhythm game, that section, if I remember correctly. Don't want to do spoilers too much, but yeah, it's more rhythm gamey in the second one. Yeah, but really digging Kingdom Hearts. I forgot how much I really like that game, and it holds up. I got the collection for my PS4, so actually I bought both sets. I got the first Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 on the same disc. And then for Amazon Prime Days, they had this really good deal for the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Prologue, where I got it for the limited edition set, which comes with the pin, with the Sora pin and stuff. I was able to get that for $12.63. So I was like, that's really cool, because I never played Dream Drop Distance, which I definitely want to play that. I think that's the last one in the series. I don't know. I got to look up like this wiki timeline and figure out where everything fits. Because I think if I follow along on the first disc with what goes where, I should be pretty good as timeline-wise, and then just jump into the second disc after that. The weird thing is the second disc, the 2.8 Prologue, actually released before the 1.5, 2.5 for PS4. But so far, I'm really digging Kingdom Hearts. The graphics and everything hold up. Looks really sharp in HD. Really like it a lot. I think the collection as a whole is a really good value. I think you can get the games on Amazon for like $35 now, and it's like Kingdom Hearts 1.5, Kingdom Hearts 3, 85-2, Kingdom Hearts 2. I want to say Birth by Sleep's on there, and I think there's one other title. So you're getting like 5 titles on that for $30, and they're really high quality titles. 2.8 I think is probably a bit high priced at what it is for a full 60. But for $12 I couldn't really pass it up, because I think that one only has the Dream Drop Distance and the 2.8 Prologue, which I haven't looked up too much of the Prologue. I'm not quite sure how long that is, but I can't imagine that is too long of a game. But yeah, so I'm sort of got Kingdom Hearts fever here. I'm like itching, ready to go. Like I'm anxious to get back and play more Kingdom Hearts right now, because I want to get through the first game and then sort of start my way, because the first game is the one I'm most familiar with. I think I played through that pretty much 100%ed it, I think, when it was on PS2. Like, I did all the bonus bosses and everything. The only one I couldn't beat Sephiroth in the Platinum Cup, I think that was. But yeah, so just been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts. That's going to lead us into our first story here, because there's like a ton of Kingdom Hearts news this week coming out of the D23 conference. So this will take us right into our next story. So Disney held their D23 conference, which we've already gone over. That was on Saturday. During that, they revealed a new Kingdom Hearts trailer. So the new Kingdom Hearts trailer revealed a new world. Looks like they're going to be traveling in the world of Toy Story with Buzz and Woody this time, and the rest of the gang. As the trailer concluded, the game came up with a date of 2018. I'm not very confident they're going to hit this date. Just not very confident in it at all, and I'll tell you why. The 2018 does give them a wide net to when they can eventually release this game. Like, it gives them a whole year of any time in that. So I feel it's going to slip. Like, I feel they're going to give it a late date, probably holiday of 2018, and then it's going to slip into first quarter of 2019. The reason I feel like that is really this Toy Story trailer that we got this weekend has been the first real substantial trailer that we have seen for this game. Everything else has been, you get sort of a little shot of Sora running through a street, whacking away a few heartlets, and it's like work in progress, like over the top of it. And the only other substantial story trailer they had was with the orchestra stuff that just came out the week before this. Like, it came out the week of E3. Was this Kingdom Hearts orchestra played a new trailer that had some story stuff in it. But really, that trailer and the Toy Story reveal trailer have been the only two really big pieces of Kingdom Hearts that we've had, other than essentially tech demos. The other reason I think that it's going to be delayed too is the director of the game, Tetsuya Nomura, is heading this game, but he's also heading another game at the same time. He's heading Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake's another one of these games where we see little snips and clippets of little areas, like in fast cuts, but we don't really see much of a full-length game. So if Kingdom Hearts are going to try to get out for 2018, I'm thinking that they're basically putting this Final Fantasy VII Remake on the back burner. I don't think we're going to see that till like 2020, to be completely honest. Because I think Kingdom Hearts 3, they're going to keep going at like 2018. It's eventually going to hit that date and slip into first quarter 2019. I think slowly, as time goes on, I think they're trying to plan on releasing Final Fantasy VII Remake episodically. Maybe if it's episodes, they can get one out in 2019, 2018. I'm not a big fan of the episodic format for Final Fantasy VII. I'd rather have like one big major game instead of like little bits and pieces put out. I think they can really do the game harm if they would do that. I don't want to get too much into the Final Fantasy VII thing. So either way, I think Final Fantasy VII should be put out as a whole game. And I don't see that happening until 2020 if they're expecting to get Kingdom Hearts 3 out at 2018. And the director of this game, too, Tetsuya Nomura, he's just coming off Final Fantasy 15, which just released earlier this year. Like he's just now coming off of that. Well, I guess that released late last year. Excuse me. But he's just coming off of that, and they've been putting out constant DLC. There's constant support. I'm not sure what his involvement is in that, but they're still putting out stuff for this game, and it's still pretty recent that I don't know how much time was really dedicated to Kingdom Hearts 3, unless this is something he's been working on off and on through the years. I just don't see it coming out. Another statement here by Tetsuya Nomura goes into like why it took so long. So basically, I'm going to read the statement here. There was a decision made to change to an external engine, Unreal 4. So we switched over to that. Unfortunately, there was a bit of time that needed to be rewinded and started over. So there was a bit of setback there, but it was a decision that the company had to make, so it was inevitable. So basically what he's saying is they not only... he's directing like 3 games almost at the same time here, but they also switched game engines. And when they went to the switch of Unreal Engine 4, it wasn't a seamless switch where it's just like, oh, we just drag these assets over and we're good to go. They had to redo a lot of their assets and work that they put in on this internal engine when they were going over to Unreal 4. So that just sort of adds to the amount of time, which makes me think, how is this possible that it's going to come out in 2018? So where I stand now, I think Kingdom Hearts 3, I hate to say it, I think it's going to come out in 2019. Just basically on the fact of Nomura like having to front all these games. He seems like right now he's like the go-to guy here for Square. But just that he's fronting all these games. He's got, I think he's designing a character too for like Xenogears 2. Like, I mean, he's like everywhere. And so I think it's going to slip till 2019. So that's where I think about that. So now we're going to go ahead and get back into our top stories here, where Atari seems to be getting back into the console game right now. They're releasing something. It's just sort of right now rumored, the Atari box. They released what they call renderings, so it's not an actual picture, but it's like a render of what the console will look like. Based on the rendering, it looks pretty cool, but there's no idea what it's actually going to do. They basically came out and said, well, I think it's got 4 USB ports on the front. They've come out and said, well, it's going to run classic games, but it's going to run modern games too. So I'm not sure if it's going to be some sort of like Steam box or what exactly it's going to be. And then the quality of modern game 2 is in question. Do they mean like modern mobile game type of quality, or do they mean like AAA console space type of quality? Really, I don't see this becoming a dent or anything to set the world on fire. I think this is just going to be a glorified sort of plug-and-play machine. I think we're pretty much set with the 3 consoles we have, because as far as I know, Atari's not going to have any software support for this, so it's going to have first-party or anything. So I think that's pretty much it. Like, I think they're going to put this out, and it's going to be basically an Atari box that plays Atari classic games if you want to play Atari classic games. What that means is maybe it's their whole library. Maybe it's, Atari 2600 up to Atari Jaguar. Maybe that's why it's a little beefier than what we would assume a normal plug-and-play Atari 2600 box would be. Maybe it's because it's going to try to do the whole of Atari's library, like through the years, from like 2600 up to the Jaguar. So today is Wednesday the 19th, and also that happened today is that Telltale held a press conference today. They revealed that they are continuing 3 of their game series with new seasons. The most recent one will be Telltale's Batman is getting a 2nd season. That's going to go ahead and release this August. They'll have the 2nd season of Batman will be released. And they're also dubbing the next season of The Walking Dead is going to be called Walking Dead The Final Season. So they're having another season of Walking Dead. This should be their final one, according to the title. The biggest news, and my favorite one, is The Wolf Among Us. I love this game. Just love the style, love the opening, love the music that they had in the open, just how it was done. Just loved everything about this game, and I'm just so excited that they're bringing it back. There's no dates for The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. I imagine Wolf Among Us is probably last on the list. I imagine that one's going to be the longer one to wait for. I imagine it's going to be Batman, Walking Dead, and then after Batman wraps up, and let's assume Batman wraps up halfway through 2018, or not even halfway, but let's assume it wraps up first quarter 2018. Then I think we start getting a new season of Wolf Among Us. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to do stagger release. They're going to do Batman first, maybe get an episode or 2 into him, then Walking Dead comes back. I mean, although we did just have Walking Dead, but Walking Dead is like one of their big series. So I think we're going to wait a while for Wolf Among Us, but I think we're going to see it come next year. So now we go to new releases. This week's big new release comes out Friday, so that's going to be probably a Nintendo release. It comes out on a weird day. Will be Splatoon 2. So not only do you get Splatoon 2 this Friday, but they're also releasing new Joy-Con controller colors in the color green and pink. Now this isn't like that neon red that they call red that sort of looks like pink. This is a bright pink and a really bright green. It looks really slick. So that's coming at the same time to certain areas of the globe, as it were, along with Splatoon 2. So that's it for our show right now. We're just going to go ahead and wrap it up. This is your Bits and Bytes for the week. I'm Jeff Shelley. Reach me on Twitter at Sky_Striker. Check out our YouTube channel at Bits and Bytes. Check out our website as well, BytsnBites.com. We have some new stories going up this week. We had, a little late, but had the Oceanhorn review. Had 5 games we would like to see PlayStation remaster, like they did with the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. So those are 2 new stories that are on the website this week for you to go check out at BytsnBites.com. Also, like us on Facebook at Facebook/BytsnBites. So like us on there and follow us on Twitch. Would love to get some more Twitch followers. So that's always good. Trying to work on my live presence a little bit. Twitch is hard. I will say that. Like if you're a Twitch streamer and you're good at it, props. Twitch streaming is hard. Like, I'm not someone that likes to talk all that much, so it's like really hard. Like especially when you don't have an audience to interact with. I'm not sure if I'm just supposed to keep talking to no one because it like records the video. Should I just keep talking? So if someone watches this later, at least it sounds like I have interesting things to say, or if I just stay quiet and solemn until someone logs in and then I peep in with some interesting anecdotes or something. So still getting the hang of it. I like it. Right now I'm basically doing a camera-free, just microphone, so people don't have to see my ugly mug over the games. But basically doing that for my Kingdom Hearts boss fights. I've been segmenting them off. Those are new on our YouTube channel. If you're interested to see how to beat the bosses of Kingdom Hearts 1, go check out our YouTube channel because I've got like the first 11 bosses of Kingdom Hearts on there and show you how to beat them. That's basically what I've been doing all week. Just Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts. So that's it. Again, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitch. If you like what we do, that's great. We also have a Patreon page. If you don't like what we do, sorry, we'll try to be better. Anyway, that's it for the week. Have fun, keep gaming, and peace.